All right, we're just about to get started. Let's see. Missing anybody? Missing a couple, but let's see here. Well, we've got 4. I think we're losing people. Hold on one second. We'll give Maggie and Mariana a chance to get in here or reconnect. All right, here we go. Oh, and then we lost Terry. There he is. All right, so let's go ahead and just before we get started, let's just test, make sure that we've got all of our trustees here. So let's go, I'm just gonna go in the order that I see you guys. So Terry, you there? Audio working? Perfect, okay. Jeff?
Yep.
Dorothy?
Yes.
Mariana?
Yes.
Maggie?
Hopefully.
All right, I can hear you. And it looks like we're missing Dawn and then our student trustee. I'm not sure, was the student trustee planning on attending today or? Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and get started. So before I get started, I got a couple things. One, I just wanted to just kind of let everybody know that we're, again, as COVID continues, we're still meeting virtually, no in-person meetings. And if you want to make any public comments, please use the raise your hand function. I believe it's *9 if you're calling in. If you need to, sorry, losing my train of thought, trying to remember what I'm supposed to go over without the notes in front of me. All of the votes are going to be roll call vote. So I will call on each of the trustees for an aye or no. And when we have presentations, we'll be calling individuals to join the panel, and then you'll be able to unmute yourself and share your video, and just like being called to the lectern at a regular board meeting. And please respect the times. So public comments, 3 minutes, presentations, reports, 5 minutes, and then special presentations, 8 minutes. And that is about it. If I'm missing something, I apologize, but I'm sure somebody can fill in if I did. And then because of our resolution that we passed last time, I'd like to start off by a land acknowledgement statement. So we acknowledge that we gather at Santa Rosa Junior College on the territorial traditional land of the Pomo people, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded it throughout the generations. And with that, we will go ahead and commence the meeting. Announcement of reportable actions taken in closed session. There were none. So we'll move over to approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I got a motion by trustee Lindley, second by, I didn't hear who it was. Trustee Martinez, was that you? No, trustee Fishman, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano.
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld.
Aye.
Trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Cundy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, moving on. Public hearing, intent to open for negotiations, an additional article of the contract between the All Faculty Association and Sonoma County Junior College District. Any public comments? All right, seeing none. Any questions from the board? All right, and then public hearing closed. Next public hearing, presentation of the joint reopeners for 2021-2022 with SRJC CFT. Any public comments? Any board discussion or questions? All right, then hearing closed. Public comments. Any members of the public wishing to address the board? Now would be the time to do so on any non-agendized items or agendized items. I will also give the public an opportunity for any agendized items to comment on that. It doesn't look like we have any written comments. And I'm not seeing anybody on the attendees. All right, seeing none. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to Employee of the Month. And I've got Phyllis speaking. And
Yes, I'm here. Shall I go ahead?
yep.
Thank you so very much. President Burns, members of the board, Dr. Chong, and SRJC community, we're here today to celebrate a very special person, Dustin Zuckerman, as Employee of the Month. I'm thrilled to present Dustin to you today because he is an all-around great guy. Dustin is an SRJC alum, and he actually worked for the libraries back when he was a student employee. Some of you may remember Dustin as a friendly face at the circulation desk of the Sonoma County Library main branch downtown. He worked there for many years prior to coming to SRJC. A lot of folks also know Dustin as the founder of the SRJC, the Santa Rosa Tool Library. This is a free resource to Sonoma County residents that he checks out tools to people to help keep the maintenance costs of their homes and businesses down. And it's just an amazing resource, and very few of them across the country. I recall when he conceived of the idea, he worked for us and he went about finding out how to set this library up, how to set a public charity up. And then he got all the tool donations and set up shop and started checking these tools out. And that's been almost 10 years ago now. So it's just an amazing resource where he provides a lot of encouragement to our community. And that encouragement really shows his deep caring for the community that he is a member of. And he translates that every day to what he does here at SRJC. The work Dustin does for us in the libraries is varied. He runs the tech gear desk and supports the digital media labs. And it's kind of funny because Dustin will tell you he was not born a techie guy. He doesn't consider himself a techie guy. And here he runs this part of our library. And what he did was, even though it was a big learning curve, he doubled down and just really learned what was needed to be able to support this area that he was assigned. Dustin also supervises the print centers, a pretty stressful environment. Imagine a student printing a paper, stressed out, trying to get it done for a class that starts across campus in 2 minutes. And times that by 5 and you've got Dustin's morning, because that's just a pretty common thing. But he takes it all in his stride and he greets people with a smile and a "how can I help?" And that's what makes him special. He's volunteered as our building safety coordinator for many years, creating like quick reference cards for us to respond easily to emergencies. And he also has helped with a range of medical emergencies. I responded one time to notice of a student down, and Dustin and I arrived at the same moment. And he had had prior experiences with a seizure, and he was able to really help keep the student stable until the first responders arrived. So it was just amazing to watch him keep that student calm. So we're grateful that he fills that role for us. And even though his job varies, Dustin is I'm sorry, even though his job was very people focused, as I've outlined here, Dustin was able to pivot when the COVID pandemic hit. And during that time, he has become our lead person, checking out at the curbside to resources to students, our laptops, our hotspots, our textbooks on reserve. He volunteered to be the person working at the curb while the rest of us do running, and we help out too. But I just really want to give him credit for that, because it's kind of a scary thing to do in today's times, and he's really been able to do it. And he worked curbside through blazing heat, smoky air, and even that giant thunderstorm we had last July. Dustin was out there doing it. And so I just want to say to Dustin, your work supporting our students shows SRJC's mission in action. And I want to just thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Phyllis. And it's really flattering that you nominated me, especially since we go so far back. I started at SRJC Library as a student worker in, I believe it was 1998. And when I left, I knew that I wanted to come back and work for the library. It was when I went to other institutions to work that I realized how much I wanted to work for the Santa Rosa Junior College District. Really, it's the leadership and from Will Beatty, Cherry Lee Bug, Alicia Virtue. You're my supervisor and of course interim dean, and I also my coworkers. I really feel like they're my work friends, and it's just a very inviting place. And when you're as idealistic as me, you get into libraries because of equity. It's just natural what you do working in a library. And so when I came to SRJC and really saw how committed the district was to equity, it was just a natural fit. And so thank you, Phyllis, and thank you very much.
Wow. That was great, Dustin. I wanted to let you know that the district and your department pitched in, and we got you a gift certificate for Freedman's Home Improvement.
Oh,
So you could get some more tools for your own work, as well as if you need anything at the tool library.
I'm saving up for a chainsaw, so thank you. That's really good.
Sounds
Yes.
important in
Yes,
today's
it is.
times.
Mhm.
Do you also have a certificate for 2 tickets to any SRT show, which they were fabulous? I don't know if anyone attended the one this year. The Agatha Christie was fabulous. So you get a great Employee of the Month certificate that I have for you, and a gift certificate for a lunch at the Culinary Cafe.
Ooh,
So we just want to really thank you for your dedication, your service, and let you know how much we truly appreciate you.
thank you, Phyllis, and likewise. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right, thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Dustin, and yeah, thank you for everything that you do for the college, and congratulations again for your Employee of the Month.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on to monthly updates. So I've got speaking Trustee Lindley for BFC. Make sure you unmute yourself. You double muted yourself. There you go.
There we go. Okay, board facilities report. Board committee met on November 3rd. Update was provided on solicitations and progress and purchasing items submitted for Board of Trustees approval today, November 10th. Update on IT and media projects, fact ops, and major capital projects were provided. Highlights include programming team has completed new schedule of classes and enhanced SIS registration module to be ADA compliant. 4K digital cinema projector installation and control system programming and Ellis Auditorium are now complete. SRJC now has the only cinema 4K laser projector in the North Bay. Sarah Lagas, SRJC Foundation, presented proposed spaces for naming and suggested associated donation levels for the new Lindley Center for STEM Education building. BFC agreed to submit this proposal for Board of Trustees approval today. Contractor has completed work on the building portion of Petaluma Science Edition. Currently, landscaping is going in. SRJC is completing punch list. Construction continues with second half of concrete work in the central area of the Petaluma Student Life Center site. Demolition of button and foundation buildings as well as Beck Lot Annex is complete. Central plant construction has started and will be completed by November 2021. Petroncelli roof is progressing and will be completed by November 30th. Pioneer roof is progressing and will be completed by year end. Busman Hall alterations will be completed by year end. CAD phase 2 final contract amount is over budget and conversation with the contractor is ongoing. Emeritus security projects complete. Campus-wide security project first design walk on all campuses is completed. Doyle Library project is back on track and punch list walk is scheduled for next week. And finally, Lindley Center STEM Education project is moving along quickly. Underground improvements and site work will begin in January 2021. And that concludes my report, President Burns.
All right, thank you, Trustee Lindley. Moving on to Trustee Fishman, Foundation report. Make sure you unmute yourself, Trustee Fishman.
Sorry. The foundation held retreats in September and October for development of a 3-year strategic plan for the foundation. The foundation's 4 priorities over the next 3 years will be: 1, set and achieve philanthropic goals that support our mission. 2, establish a culture of philanthropy and the integrated structures and systems to support the culture. 3, build recognition, engagement, and affinity for the mission of the foundation. And 4, enhance organizational efficiency and success through strong board governance and operational systems. A finalized strategic plan will go to the foundation board next week for final review and ratification. Fundraising campaigns are either underway or soon to be launched for the Petaluma campus, agriculture and natural resources, CAD, STEM, and the new student housing project. Now that the student housing project is moving forward with the recent donation of $1 million from Kaiser, the foundation will be seeking donations to launch an endowment fund to help subsidize future student housing costs. Now that we're into November and past the election, we have dropped our year-end appeal into the mail. This year, we have 3 different letters directed at distinctive audiences seeking funds for athletics, the Petaluma campus, and the foundation. We're very happy to be working with the district and student government to provide donors a vehicle for supporting the launch of the new Saubana Black Student Success Center. A special thanks to De La Shea Camarona Benson for her recent donor cultivation work. And to date, the foundation has secured $2.5 million in total funding for students and program support. And that concludes my report.
Wonderful. All right, Dr. Chong, the college president's report.
Thank you, President Burns. Good evening, everybody. I want to cover some of the implications of the latest elections. The election of Joe Biden is a huge win for community colleges throughout the country. As many of you are aware, I worked closely with the First Lady, Jill Biden, on community college initiatives during my time with the Obama administration. Joe Biden and Joe Biden are huge supporters of community colleges, and community colleges will once again regain their rightful place as the workplace engine that will fuel our economic recovery post-COVID. And I'm working on several groups right now on the transition team to make sure that community colleges will be prominent in the Biden administration. On the statewide level, Prop 15, the split roll tax, did not pass. It would have brought an estimated $8 million annually to our general fund to help with our budget. Prop 16, which would have reinstated affirmative action, also did not pass. But SRJC remains strongly committed to social equity and diversity, as is reflected in our strategic plan. We'll continue to aggressively work towards a diversification of our workforce and continue to remain committed to anti-racist practices and to anti-racist training. On the local level, I would like to congratulate Mariana Martinez on her successful bid for re-election and welcome Caroline Benuelos for her election to the Board of Trustees. She will be taking the place of Don Edgar, who served the district for 12 years. I had the opportunity to speak to Caroline, and she's excited about joining the board, and we will be setting up an orientation for Caroline. So let's all give her a call and welcome her to the board. Measure O. Measure O is passing right now with a 68% support. It requires 2/3. This will bring $804,000 for 10 years, which will total $8.4 million. I want to thank Barbie Robinson, Shirley Zane, Bert Epstein, Robert Ethington, Monica Kubo, and our student volunteers, which included Jocelyn Toscano, who's one of our peers. This is going to provide much needed services to our mentally challenged students as well as homeless students. And I think particularly the foundation and its board of directors stood up, provided a $20,000 donation. And that $20,000 will now translate into $8 million for the district. So I feel really, really good about this. And I think it's a big win for our students and for our college. Also want to acknowledge the Kaiser donation of $1 million. This donation was really a godsend to us. And I really want to thank Jay and all of his staff for their fine work on this donation. It will help with the building of our student residence hall. Pedro Avila is currently making a presentation to the California Community College Facilities Coalition about our project. Our project has become one of the hot projects, if you will, and many, many community colleges are contacting us about how do we do it, Dr. Chong? So hopefully we will set a trend for other colleges to follow. Also want to let you know that I'll be premiering in It's a Wonderful Life starting November 26th, 27th. I have a small but important role, but I think I'll keep my day job. I also finally will like to appreciate Farrell and her staff in serving over 750 veterans and their families. And let's please take a moment to really acknowledge all of our faculty, staff, students, board members who served in the military. And I want to wish you all the best on Veterans Day, and that completes my report. Oh, one more thing, I'm sorry. I want to acknowledge that we met with Dr. Mays, Sundari Mays, about our spring schedule. And through the good work of Jane Saldana-Talley, our Vice President of Academic Affairs, and Kate Jolly, our Vice President of Finance and Business, we submitted over 30 courses, which is going to be like 86 sections for consideration to have in the spring. And Dr. Mays and her staff studied it and they approved it. So it's still not a lot, but it's meaningful because things like anatomy, physiology, conditioning for athletic programs, doing more types of career education. So we're going to begin to slowly but surely, when we can do it safely, bring some classes back in a hybrid form. So I will keep you apprised. As we all know, the COVID is increasing, it's spreading, unfortunately, throughout the country and in California. And we're going to keep trying to keep our employees and students and faculty safe so that nobody gets ill. So I also encourage everybody to take a flu shot. I got mine this week at the urging of Maggie Fishman, but they wouldn't give me the senior shot because I'm not 65 yet. That concludes my report.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chong. And then now we've got bond update from Serafin Fernandez.
Good afternoon, President Burns, members of the board, Dr. Chung, and distinguished SRJC community. I am report that we continue to move through our projects during this pandemic period. We currently have 20 projects that are under construction, and today we will be bringing to the board for your approval the approval of notices of completion for three additional projects, and then a couple of contracts that we're asking for your approval for we can start construction on. Okay, here we go. At Petaluma campus, we are wrapping up our projects there. The science edition is pretty much complete. Staff is also getting ready to hopefully have some classes in there if they are able to in the spring. They're just wrapping up some of the landscaping work as we speak. The Student Life project is well on its way to be completed by the end of this year, end of December. At Santa Rosa campus, the Budden building and also the foundation building are completely demolished. This project is complete, making the ground available for the start of construction for the new student housing project. We have 2 roofs that are being replaced, Pendrochelli and Pioneer. We're making good progress on those. We're looking to complete Pendrochelli by the end of this month, and then Pioneer by the end of the year. We are in the process of starting 2 projects this week. We had contractors mobilized for the Emeritus Circle Improvements Project. So this is on the east side of Emeritus Hall, where we are going to be doing ADA improvements to the site there, as well as turning that area into a 2-way road so that cars are able to enter and exit from the east side of Emeritus. The Santa Rosa Fiber Ring project also started, and we're excited to see this project move fairly quickly. We're looking to have it complete by the end of December. At Schoen Farm, we're again equally as aggressive. The Porter Barn upgrades are almost complete. We just started work on the produce processing facility, and the Larkenbeck temps have been relocated to the farm, and the site work for that will go out to bid in the next week, and we're looking to bring that for your approval maybe in December if we're able to open the bids in time. Back to Santa Rosa, the Busman Hall alterations phase 2 is underway, and that one is making good progress as well. CAD phase 2, the new fields, field house and pool, we are working with Wright Contracting at the moment to finalize our costs there so that we are able to manage the budget appropriately. So we're looking to have the work start up towards the end of this month. And we started the design planning for the Towser Gym renovation as well. The campus-wide security project is well on its way. We have completed site assessments, both at Petaluma, actually at Santa Rosa campus, and at the PSTC. So now the site assessment is complete, the design will move forward, and we're looking to start actual work in the next couple of weeks, actually. The Doyle Library first floor media services, 2 new classrooms are actually complete. They will be having a punch walk later this week, and that's the remaining work to be done there. So we're excited to get those pieces ready and available. Pioneer Hall Intercultural Center tenant improvement is out to bid, and we will be bringing that to you for approval next month. The foundation new office building is at DSA, and we're hoping to have that approved in hopefully 2 months. It's a smaller project, so we're optimistic that DSA will have a quick review of this design. The Lindley Center for STEM Education abatement is on its way. Will be followed by demolition. We're looking to have demo of Shu Hall building complete by the end of this year and the site work starting in January. We have several items for you to approve today. The contract for TLCD Architects to start the design for the new construction center building in Petaluma. We have a few change orders on our projects. Some of these are last change orders for the project, and then we're following up with notice of completion for most of these projects. So again, we're making good progress, and I'll make myself available for any questions that you may have.
Any questions from any of the board members? Nope, I'm not seeing any. So thank you, Seraphine. And we'll look forward to your update next time. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to our student trustee report. Jocelyn Toscano.
Hello, everyone. So,
Hi.
yeah, as you know, my name is Jocelyn Toscano. Contreras Oris, pronouns she, her, hers, ella. And a few of the things that I wanted to talk about was obviously the election of Joe Biden. I know that Dr. Chong already mentioned that. That's a win going for the future. Measure O, like he did mention as well, is looking to pass, but we're looking to hopefully hire, POC therapist as well as a POC Spanish-speaking full-time nurse practitioner, since Eliana, is there about half the time. Very excited that Measure P has passed with the IOLERO giving it more funding to keep hold police accountable. And also the club that I'm part of, Metro SRJC, that endorsed Carolina Bonuelos, that she did win as well. And right now, currently, I'm gathering information on students' well-being and online learning, collecting suggestions and criticisms in general, just to give a report back, hopefully by the end of the semester, to hopefully bring back to the board, bring back to Dr. Chong on suggestions on online learning, scheduling, and online services. So I think that's everything for me right now. Yes.
Go ahead, Dr. Chong.
Yes, I also wanted to inform you that Jana Cox, our Director of Financial Aid Services, has resigned. She will be relocating to Tennessee to be closer to her family. I just want to acknowledge and appreciate the fine work that Jana has done since she has arrived. It's been a pleasure working with her. She's been a strong advocate for students, and I wish her only the best. I know she recently was married, so I think she's beginning a new life there. And I heard she could buy like 3 houses for the price of the one she has in the condo she has in Roanoke Park. So I wish you well, Jana, and I hope to see you in Nashville sometime so we can listen to some good country Western music. But once again, thank you, Jana, for all of your contributions to the JC. You're going to be sorely missed. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anything else, Jocelyn? Good.
No, that was all.
Okay, perfect. All right, and then we'll go ahead and move on to any other board member comments. Trustee Martinez?
Oh, can you even see me? This virtual background. So I'm technically right now in a virtual conference for my job. But on yesterday on my lunch break, I was able to zoom into the presentation with Alegría, and kudos with that. Very informative. The partnership that we're creating with that office, I think, is definitely going to be very fruitful for us as a college. So I wanted to, I cannot recall who put it together, but for whoever did, thank you so much. It was really, I said, very informative. For me, I was Zoom all day yesterday, and it followed with an evening talk with CAP, the Community Action Partnership, and educational leaders. And again, looking at and talking about equity, racial equity, being very informative on the data and just very honest. And one of the things for us to really consider and think about and look at obviously our education and teacher education and all of that, as you know, as always, we are lacking teachers, but it was just something very important to really. So, and they gave us a shout out. So this is why I also bring it up, because they know that we are in part of the of institutions that prepare educators. But I really wanted to give out a shout out to that. And also through this campaigning, I did get some constituents to who emailed me and talked to me in regards to our mental health. So I was very excited about Measure O, and I'm really excited about the things that we're moving forward with that, because I mean, I got one that was a very long email, but at the end of the day, for someone who doesn't really, I've never really dealt with that myself, it was very important for them and how we move forward with our mental health and just health education, not education, but services that we provide to our students, because literally to some of them, it saved their life. And we were the institution that saved that. So I'm really hopeful for this measure. And I really wanted to thank, you know, just in general, voters who did that, but also the constituents to email me and share that, because it's very, very personal. But I'm glad to see that we're moving forward with that. And I'm also glad to see that we have a call for a mental health counselor, bilingual, bicultural, coming up as well, or that we are in the process of hiring. So I know that we're moving forward in the best way that we can, but a lot of kudos to that, and a lot of kudos to a lot of the instructors and to the staff and to the managers who are continuing to do all of this work in this pandemic, because as somebody who does student services myself, it is very exhausting every day, especially when we don't know how sometimes how to support students, right? Because when you're directly working with them. So I just want to say kudos to some of the work that we're doing. Kudos to all of y'all who are teaching, working with students. We have like 4 weeks left, and then you can enjoy a good break in between. But again, thank you so much for all of that. And thank you for the constituents who have reached out and provided that insight to me.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Any other board member comments? I've got a couple things that I want to, Dorothy, do you have?
Yeah, I just also, in terms of the election, I wanted to thank everybody for working on all the different issues that were important to the college. And I really appreciate also, because I know a lot of our students were really experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety, especially our dreamers or undocumented students, our LGBTQ, trans students. It was, the election was really important to them. And I really especially appreciate all the resources that were sent out, and everything that, the counseling staff, students support, the teachers were doing around supporting the students, around the stress and anxiety around the election. I think that was really important. And we'll just, hopefully it's not as stressful anymore, but, I really appreciate everybody continuing to support our students so that they can be successful. I'm also wanted to just update people. I'm continuing to serve on the statewide affordability, food and housing insecurity task force. And we're keeping those goals of trying to make sure that we address food insecurity, housing insecurity, advocating again that more financial aid goes to community college students. And again, like Dr. Chong said, maybe that's something that we'll get more support on with the administration now to get, because so much financial aid doesn't go to community college students. And we're also adding another kind of focus of our group, which is broadband and technology access for students, which I know is important, especially in our county. So we're going to be focusing on that. And then we've talked a lot about mental health services, and rather than add that to our committee, though, we're also going to be collaborating with, I understand that mental health services is going to be the priority for the student government statewide. And so we're going to be collaborating with them and trying to support them in their efforts. So if anybody has any feedback or suggestions, for that task force, let me know. We're having our second meeting on Friday. So thank you.
Perfect. All right. Any other board member comments? There's just a couple things. One, I just wanted to go over. So kind of some logistics for our next meeting, just to let everybody know. So the elections, I know Dr. Chong and Trustee Martinez already kind of chatted about some of the elections. And then, but as far as the swearing in of our new trustees, Trustee Martinez swearing in for her new term, and Caroline Benuelos, that's going to be taking place in a special meeting on December 15th at 8:30 a.m. And the reason why is that because the second Tuesday falls on the 8th of December, and because of election codes and stuff like that, they can't be sworn in until after December 11th. So we're going to have a special meeting at 8:30 a.m. on the 15th for the swearing in of our new trustee, Caroline Benuelos, and then extending the term for Trustee Martinez. The other thing, the Racial Justice Committee, I wanted to just kind of mention that today was the deadline. We're going to extend that for, we haven't decided how long exactly, but we'll be sending something out. But I would just encourage everybody. We really want a diverse pool. We've got a handful of applicants that have come in over the past few weeks, but we really want to just make sure that anybody who wants to participate in that committee does so. So please, Zara's going to send out the link again to encourage other people as well. So if you've already applied, or if you can't apply, don't want to serve on it, please encourage your constituents or other people around you to apply on that, so that we can have a really large pool of applicants to choose from. And that's about it. All right, we'll move on to our reports. And first up, Julie Thompson, Academic Senate.
Thank you. Board President Burns, members of the board, Dr. Chong, college community, thank you for this opportunity to report again on the Senate's work. Today, I would like to report on 3 items: last week's plenary conference, an update on guided pathways, and a little bit about an upcoming training that the Senate will be participating in. First, regarding plenary, while the age of COVID presents many challenges and undesirable situations, one unexpected advantage was that due to lower registration fees and no travel expenses, since everything is virtual, our Senate budget allowed us to send 7 senators to the fall plenary for the statewide academic senate last week. Normally we have funding to send just 2 people, so this was a significant increase in participation. The plenary theme was addressing anti-Blackness and inclusion, diversity, equity, and anti-racism in academic and professional matters. Breakout sessions focused on strategies for recruiting, hiring, and retaining faculty members of color, building equity-driven systems, and transforming organizational cultures through anti-racist policies and practices. Senators who attended will be reporting out to the Senate at our next meeting, and will further share important ideas and information with Senate colleagues at our spring retreat at the end of January. I would like to report next on guided pathways. The Senate has spent the last 2 meetings discussing the recommendations of the guided pathways work groups, which have been working for almost a year. The recommendations will be on the action agenda at our November 18th meeting, and design and implementation will follow. The recommendations that the Senate is considering will make meaningful changes for our students in areas related to scheduling, mapping of educational programs, students' transition into college, redesigning our website, particularly that part of our website that students depend on to make sense of their college experience, get the help they need, and make progress. And finally, providing academic support for our students. While many people have been involved in this work over the last year and before, I would like to acknowledge the work group leads who have delivered their work group's recommendations to the Senate. Roberto Alvarado, Counseling; Elizabeth Dale, Theater Arts; Terry Franja, World Languages; Sarah Beth Lesson, Philosophy; A.C. Pinella, Communication Studies; John Stover, Behavioral Sciences; and Summer Winston, Computer Studies. The indefatigable Ann Foster of the English department has served as the liaison between the work groups and the Academic Senate Executive Committee. I thank them all, as well as the work group members and many others, students, faculty members, classified staff, and management who have contributed to Guided Pathways work over the last several years. Finally, this Friday, the Senate will participate in a training session with members of the Executive Committee of the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges. Professors LaTanya Parker and Stephanie Curry will meet with us to discuss the 10+1 Senate purview, Senate process, and principles of diversity. The experience and wisdom that they have to share will support the Senate as we endeavor to integrate equity principles into our work on behalf of our students and our programs. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. And we will move over to Classified Senate. Debbie Weatherly.
Hi, good afternoon, President Jordan, board members, Dr. Chong, and all of our colleagues. I am happy to report that Kathy Matthews and Linda J. are still working hard to keep Giving Tree alive during this challenging season, and will be handing out gift cards to our most vulnerable population and their children. The donations have continued to come into the foundation account, and we're very grateful for those things. In governance, I participated in the PRT team visit, and I look forward to the second visit later this month. I will be a part of our accreditation work group for Standard 4 on shared governance and leadership. And in statewide news, 4CS is pressing hard on the Chancellor's office to obtain a seat on the Consultation Council. Thank you. That will conclude my report.
Thank you, Debbie. All right, and we will move over to De La Shea, Carmen Benson.
Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, President Burns, Dr. Chong, board members, and our community. My name is Delashay Carmona Benson. I am the president of our student body here at SRJC, and my pronouns are she, her, and ella. I'd like to start my report by speaking about our executive VP, Sierra Garcia, who has been working with students on our own Students' Bill of Rights, and also led with helping us with the elections. And during the elections, we actually had a room open that night at 5 o'clock, and we stayed open until around 10 just to be there for the students if they wanted to voice their stress or whatever else they needed to talk about. We were very proud to endorse Measure O. We were very happy that it passed. We're elated. I want to thank you, Dr. Chung, for your work on that as well. And we're very elated about Measure P as well. We're very, very elated about that. Also, our VP of Finance, Evelyn Navarro, gave us a report on our finances. I know last time I reported we were looking pretty shabby. I was glad that we were able to meet with Kate Jolly and Robert and had a nice meeting, and we were able to bring back at least 32,000 plus back into our budget so that we can use. I will tell you that I've been very frugal about spending money and making sure that their money is still there for our future SGAs. For ICC, Lisette Miranda, she's just been doing a great job with having events. One event that she put together with ICC is having a club day. There's a lot of people, a lot of clubs in attendance. It was a really good event, and she plans on doing another one in December, working in collaboration with Petaluma Council as well. Our VP of Councils in Petaluma, Anitra, has stepped into her role, and she's also been doing a really great job. She's coming forward to hopefully replace our Tony, who has left Petaluma, and hopefully we can get the funding together to pay for the hiring of a new position for that. She's also been having great presentations. Our Petaluma Student Life VP, Brandon Rep, has also been working on events. And one of the events that we're all working on is having a Friendsgiving this November, sort of a harvest food fest where all the clubs come together, open to all the students and community to share their cultures about food and whatnot. Also working with that with Athena from from Student Life. Our VP of Marketing, Sebastian, as well as our new VP of Petaluma, Ali Lubis, and I have been working together, hopefully in getting all of the Chamber of Commerce's to jump on board via Black Chamber of Commerce. I've been working very close with Lee Pierce from the Black Chamber of Commerce to add discounts to our Cub card, as well as working hopefully to get on the agenda of the regular Chamber of Commerce and the Latin Chamber of Commerce. So it'd be a win-win situation for our students to get discounts on the Cub card, as well as help our local restaurants and whatnot. So it's sort of win-win there. Our VP of Diversity, Felix Santiago, has just been doing amazing, having the Queer Corner every Thursday, events like debriefing after the election. We had a Purple Spirit Day, which was really great, and even a drag history event. We're hoping to send Felix to the Latin Leads Student Leadership Conference soon, and that will be, I'll bring that up next month, how that goes. Maria, our VP of Student Health, has brought forward the drive-through flu shots, free COVID testing, and helping with Feed the Bears food distribution. It's just been working really good. Our VP of Sustainability, Carolyn Marshall, has been working with the Sustainability Committee as well as I have. They're working with the fuel the investments, and equity, outreach, and education. And our Student Life, Athena Weathers, has been doing mixers. She came up with a new logo, which was really neat. One of the last events that we had was a Halloween parade where we kept it very COVID safe, staying in the cars and theming your cars on your clubs. We were able to give away some gifts and it was a really good turnout, lots of fun. Everyone has been posting their hours and their Zoom on their apps as well as the SRJC app and their own social medias to reach out and just be supportive of the students. And SGA really just appreciates all this. Santa Rosa Junior College has had so many events going on via Zoom with all the different clubs and whatnot, and it was really good. Our assembly member, Josh, from the Black Student Union, came forward with our Black Economics Matter, where he invited the Black Chamber of Commerce, BSU invited the Black Chamber of Commerce and Toriano Gordon, who was the owner of Vegan Mob, and that was very inspirational. As far as your president goes, I have been all over the place. We've had new assembly members, Alexis Holt from the Police District campus to be the voice of the Police District students. We're also putting together an event for November 20th where our DA, Jill Radish, has agreed to be on the panel, and we're working with Chief Brownlee and the cadets to come in and have an event on that day. You'll probably see a flyer flying around soon about that. We also appointed a person to the FIT SRJC, and I personally have been reaching out to all the campuses as far as getting a voice from every campus on the assembly so that we can get more of the student voices. We're just down for Southwest and Schoen Farms, so I'm sure we're gonna get voices from there really soon. Also worked with Lenny Wagner about getting voices even from the different departments and just really making sure that we are hearing all of the voices because all voices count at SRJC. I've been working with the Student Empowerment Committee to better my leadership because me bettering my leadership would be betterment for the students. I've also been working with the FIG meetings, making SRJC more diverse and inclusive. I met with the Presidential Consultation Council, where we're also working on more diverse and more inclusion. Also working on the enrollment management. Yours truly has also been on the Black Ethnic Studies Department Task Force, What an incredible task force SRG has put together for this. It's awesome. Thank you to the Academic Senate for that. We are coming together with a Black Ethnic Studies department, and it's looking really good, looking really good. I'm sure you're going to hear an update on that very soon. I've spent my whole summer going back and forth with several people considering the Black Student Success Center. We have really great news on it, but you have to wait till next month to hear about it, but you will be well pleased with it. I also been on 2 hiring committees, one for a diverse POC therapist following the BSU demands. I've been there as the voice as SGA and as co-president for BSU. We have been interviewing, we're on one more person, and I think we'll be ready to bring that forth. That's going to be really neat. I also been on the hiring committee for the senior director. We're going to be starting interviews for that soon. I'm also on the accreditation committee. I'm very proud to say that we have now added 3 new students to that, and we're ready to get our school accredited as should be. I wanted to just mention one, we've had lots of events, but one that's really was moving was the S word for suicide event that was given for SRJCs, and it was I was part of it. It was very moving. It was really good. I just went as a student, and it was very awesome. I just needed to put a shout out for that. I also spoke at Karen Stanley's classroom on addictions. Due to the COVID, fire season, elections, and just racial injustice, addiction has gone up. And so it's really important for the president to be there and give that word to be support to our students. I'm also in the Integrated Students Success Committee, ISSC, with Dr. Long. We started action teams that I'm going to be on. He started 3 teams, and one of the teams is the action team that I will be on with Hillary. We also had 2 other SGA members on that committee, Brandon and Lisette. So we're working hard with that committee. We've had some incredible presentations since our last report. We continue having Zach Miranda teaching us about Robert's rules. I really want SGA to learn the rules, walk off from here, learning the Robert's rules and being able to apply it in further committees that hopefully they'll be on. We had Jessica Russell come in from the accreditation and explain to it. We had Guy come in for sustainability along with Alexa Forrester. We had Genevieve tell us about the Student Resource Center, and Serafin Fernandez and Hector Delgado came in to bring us an update for Southwest. We're hopefully going to be very supportive of that. We really want to see that building go up, or for Southwest to have a new school. Robert Holcomb came in for HSI and the Lanzamiento grant. That was really good. And of course, Brenda came in to tell us about the land acknowledgement. I've been meeting with the Academic Senate as well to be a voice for the students with the Academic Senate as well. We had a meeting with Dr. Chong and Pedro to give us an update on the BSU demands, and was very pleased to hear how much further they've been moving on that. Also check-ins with Robert as well, just because it takes a community to run this school, tell you it's something. I've had my own one-on-one check-in with Dr. Chung, and I got some really good feedback this week on upcoming events and how to do better in my leadership. And meeting with Zach and Hillary every Monday so that we can go through our agenda. This week also, we're going to be working on pictures. I have to thank our trustee, Jocelyn, who is going to work on putting our pictures together so they can go up on our website. So I'm really excited about that. I'm very thankful for all the great advisory advice and support that Jocelyn gives SGA. I also have been asked to be put on the General Plan Committee Advisor Committee for Santa Rosa to add the SRJC voice, and this being a community college and bringing diversity to Santa Rosa, period. And the last committee that I've been working on is also Buchanan Crawford with the textbook committee with Will Crawford and the bookstore. And we had a really good meeting. And one of the future things you guys could be looking at as no textbook degree. So I'm just putting that in your mind to picture that. And we'll have some more reports on that. The way that we get through all this, the way that I get through all this is just having a great team. Working with Dr. Chong, Zach, Hillary, Deborah, Genevieve, Robert, and Pedro is just what makes this SGA as strong as it's been. And also want to just send a shout out to Sarah Wiley, who's always there to give us really great advice. And I want to close my report by saying the SGA has a great appreciation for our veterans and really just want to thank them for their service. Thank you.
Thank you, Deoshe. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to our next report. We have no AFA report this month. So we'll move over to Sandy Segala.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, great. I am having a little bit of problem with unstable internet. So if I lose you, move on to the next and I'll get on another computer and pop back in and hopefully I'll be able to finish, but hopefully I'll get through this. So good afternoon, President Burns, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, colleagues in the community. Thank you for the board for your opening statement in recognition for the Pomo land reminder of last month's resolution. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. I hope everyone continues to be safe and staying healthy with this ongoing pandemic that we're dealing with. And if we can get through an election turmoil soon, then hopefully the new incoming administration gives us hope to move towards building a healthy nation and get us back on track. And I promised Dr. Chong and I did not copy each other's reports. I wished I would have spoke to him earlier because I'm pretty much going to ditto, but maybe add a little more to what he had to say in regards to the political updates. So I'll be reporting on SEIU's political updates. SEIU has been quite busy these past few months with much political work being done. The Committee on the Political Education, our COPE, had a heavy hand in this year's November elections, including the large financial support to the local as well as in the nation. We are excited that several of SEIU's our Region B COPE endorsements, hard work, and organizing put towards these efforts resulted in wins. These include the City Council for Rona Park, the Santa Rosa City Council, Sausalito City Council, Petaluma City Council, Marin Water District Trustee, and finally our Santa Rosa City Schools, Mr. Ever Flores. We are very excited that our endorsement for both Mariana Martinez and Carolyn Benuelos were voted in to serve as our new Board of Trustees. Congratulations to the two board members. Also, SEIU had endorsements for the Board of Supervisors in Mendocino County as well. And of course, the awesome work everyone did to get Measure O passed for Sonoma County was totally outstanding. A lot of work, a lot of phone banking, a lot of text messaging, but thank you everyone for all your work. SEIU is very excited with the outcomes. Unfortunately, Proposition 15, as Dr. Chong said, did not pass, which SEIU, our COPE program, put a lot of money into that proposition with hope for schools fundings, but too bad it didn't pass. But the overall, we feel very excited with this outcome, including the new leadership in our nation. Of course, this is still lacking a final bit with lawsuits turmoil. Once the turmoil is resolved, the new leadership can move forward in January, which then means we have a lot of work to begin to bring our nation back. And I'm sure across this nation and locally at San Jose JC, we will all have a part in this during the next several years. In addition, to report out that the district and SEIU have been negotiating our contract, and we've reached 3 tentative agreements, 2 memorandum of understandings, and 1 side letter for contract year 2021. SEIU members have voted on these agreements, and the vote was passed by the SEIU membership. SEIU asks that the board approve the tentative agreements today, as you have this item on your board agenda for today's approval. The second part of our election included the vote of officers for the Classified Executive Council, our CEC. The incumbents were re-elected back into office, our president, myself, Sandy Sagala, vice president and lead negotiator, Jordan Mead, 3 negotiators, Greg Drupala, Bob Peterson, and me, Sandy Sagala. And then we had 2 job steward positions, Jordan Mead, and we still have one to be appointed down hopefully soon. We need to fill that vacancy. And then we were really excited to have a new classified professional staff in for our secretary treasurer, Ms. Adrian Leahy. And all of our positions will serve a 2-year term. The SEIU Local Classified Executive Council continues to hold 2 brown bag meetings for 1 hour every month, where we check in, update, and we report out current topics that SEIU negotiators have been working on with the district. The Zoom meetings have been very successful in that participation is always over 115 classified professionals in attendance at each meeting. The vice presidents have been invited at upcoming brown bags to come and talk on various subjects. And we will be after the Board of Trustees pretty soon as well. So just a heads up on that. This last brown bag, we had the pleasure to have Dr. Jane Saldana Talley meet with us, and it was greatly appreciated as many of our classified professionals had an opportunity to ask several questions regarding many topics around course offerings and topics around academics. And of course, Dr. Saldana Talley gave the accreditation update and asking for more classified professionals to standard committees. I want to thank you, Dr. Jane, for the updates, and your presence was greatly appreciated at the October 28th Brown Bag meeting. Our executive council had an annual retreat this last Friday. Normally we take a full day, but because of the COVID, we tried to push our time into 4 hours as this was a Zoom retreat. Unfortunately, that was not successful. So we will meet again for the remainder 4 hours on December 11th to finish our agenda for the year. And then finally, SEIU and the district, along with the Classified Review Committee, have been working together in regards to the position description questionnaires, the PDQs, which include 391 classified professionals in 144 unique classifications. Our timeline had to be a bit adjusted due to COVID. However, we are all diligently working through this process until completion. I want to send out a special email. I sent out a special email this afternoon before the board meeting to a diverse group of classified professionals to submit their application to the Racial Justice Committee for the Board of Trustees with the deadline saying today. So thank you, President Burns, for us. Hopefully there'll be an extension on that. And I want to also just say that the EEOAC committee as well operated last year without classified professionals on that committee, and Kathy Prince, I just want to recognize her for being patient with us. I actually went and did a special email to folks I knew, and we were able to fill 3 seats for classified professional to fill that committee as well. Thank you, and that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Sandy, for the report. And we will move over to our management liaison, Benjamin Goldstein.
Thank you, President Burns, trustees, Dr. Chong, and college community. I'm pleased to provide the board report this afternoon on behalf of the management liaison group. Before I begin, in case you were wondering, Trustee Battenfeld and I did not coordinate our Zoom screens before this meeting. We both just have really good style. What can I say? It's a wonderful backdrop. It helps keep us centered, I think, in terms of the different campuses and what we're here to do. The management team is engaged in some pretty critical work right now to support SRJC operations in this remote environment. So I'd like to just provide a few notable examples, beginning with Hector Delgado, who is the manager of the Southwest Center in Santa Rosa. Hector goes above and beyond in providing in-reach to Southwest Center students, making personal phone calls, arranging for access to laptops and Wi-Fi hotspots, distributing food cards, and assisting with other essential student support services at the Southwest Center. Christy Colon is a human resources specialist, confidential in the HR department. Christy manages the entire open enrollment process for our employee benefits, which is in a remote environment, a lot of work. And as everyone knows, SRJC provides a really generous benefits package to its employees, and a lot of us take advantage of the open enrollment process. Christy also stepped up when there was an ERI vacancy last year to take on the open enrollment process for all the adjunct faculty as well. So thank you, Christy. And then 4 managers from student services, I think, deserve particular commendation right now. Bert Epstein, who is the manager for student health services, Genevieve Bertone, who is the director of student equity and persistence, Robert Effington, senior dean of student life, equity, and engagement, and Kim Starkey, who is the dean of disabled students, programs, and services. You know, 2020 has been challenging for all of us, but in particular for our students. And these 4 managers have really stepped up to support the economic, mental, social, and emotional well-being for our students over the last 9 months. So we hope that with the passage of Measure O, that team will receive a really much needed influx of new resources to continue their efforts. So in other campus business, the Management Liaison Group participated and contributed constructively to the Chancellor's Office Partnership Resource Team, which visited over the last few weeks and is due for a follow-up visit coming up. We focused heavily on the conversation around collegiality across the district. And then finally, I'd like to just shine a quick spotlight on my area, where Measure H and the Strong Workforce Program from the State Chancellor's Office is enabling really a package of the most significant changes and upgrades at Schoen Farm since the property was acquired by the district in 1972. We are expanding the farm from a single classroom to 4 classrooms, adding a second greenhouse, the produce processing facility, a new roof on the pavilion, expanding the wine lab, remodeling the Porter Animal Science Center. Really every single program is benefiting up at Schoen Farm, and we're situating Schoen to be a campus to support 1,000 students a year by next year. We're doubling down on this concept of experiential education, not just as a tool for learning, but as a tool for student equity, because the learn by doing model really serves non-traditional students that are not exclusively focused on book learning. So by providing this opportunity for hands-on labs, we really expand kind of the scope of the student equity work that we're able to do through education. So I just want to thank all the managers, classified, faculty who contributed to the planning and implementation of those construction projects. We're not done yet, but we're making progress. And then in particular, trustees Lindley and Cundy, not just for their service on this board, but for their service on the SRJC Foundation Ag Trust, the Schoen Farm Foundation, our industry advisory committees, and everything they've done over the years to support agricultural education in Sonoma County. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Benjamin. All right, let's go ahead and move on over to our consent calendar. Do we have any items on the consent agenda that need to be pulled and voted on separately? No? Okay. Any members of the public wishing to speak on the consent calendar? Okay, any board discussion? Good, all right, entertain a motion.
Move for approval consent agenda number 1 through 19.
All right.
Second.
All right, motion by trustee Cundy, second by trustee Fishman. Roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Trustee Martinez? I don't see,
She says she's been disabled, that she can't make any, I think she's having some technical issues.
okay.
President.
Well, we'll just,
just
we can
one
move,
second
we can
to
move forward
unmute
with the, just put her as a, or here she is.
Okay, you brought me back. Yeah, sorry. Aye.
and trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, let's go ahead. And so consent calendar passes. Let's move over to our action agenda number 1, personnel actions for November 10th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by trustee Lindley, second by trustee Fishman. Any members of the public wishing to speak on it? All right, any board discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, warrants, September 18th, 2020 to October 15th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
And a second?
Second. Second.
All right, motion by trustee Battenfeld, second by trustee Cundy. Any members of the public wishing to make a comment? Any board discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, resolution 30-20, changes to the adopted budget. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion by trustee Cundy, second by trustee Battenfeld. Any members of the public wishing to comment on this item? Any board discussion? Roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. Quarterly financial report. A motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion by trustee Lindley, second by trustee Fishman. Any members of the public? Any board discussion? Roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, management team economic compensation package 2020, 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Fishman, second by trustee Cundy. Any members of the public wishing to comment on it? All right, any board members, any discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All All right, D6, change naming opportunities for the Lindley Center for STEM Education. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, motion by trustee Cundy, second by trustee Fishman. Any members of the public wishing to comment? Any board discussion? No, I'll just mention that, yeah, again, a great opportunity for us to raise funds for our students and continue to offer, opportunities. So with that, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
We didn't hear you, Jocelyn.
student trustee Toscano,
Aye, sorry.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All right. Number 7, Service Employees International Union Local 1021 and the district's tentative contract agreements for 2020-2021. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion by trustee Battenfeld, second by trustee Martinez. Any members of the public? All right, any board discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Burns.
Aye. All right, that concludes our action agenda. Got a couple items on the information agenda, and first up is our report of the board nominating committee. I'm going to turn it over to our chair, trustee Fishman of the nominating committee, to report out.
Oh, okay. So the nominating committee consisted of trustee Lindley, trustee Burns, and myself. And we are putting forward trustee Dorothy Battenfeld as chair, trustee Mariana Martinez as vice chair, and incoming trustee Caroline Banduelos as clerk recorder. Those are our nominations.
Perfect. Any questions from the board? All right, yeah, no, I'll just, it was really good decision, and we'll be voting on this at the, I believe this is our, Zara, you can remind me, is this going to be on the regular December meeting or the December 15th meeting?
President Burns, this will be at the special board meeting on December 15th during the annual organizational meeting.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so we made our recommendations, and then the action item will be on the special meeting December 15th when we're swearing in trustee Martinez and trustee Banuelos, and I should say trustee-elect Banuelos, and then we'll and yeah, that's when we'll be voting on. All right, next, last item on here, Welcome and Connect Center, new student programs and outcomes. I've got Pedro, VP, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, President Burns, board members, Dr. Chong, and college community. The Welcome and Connect Center is part of the many changes and efforts that are coming out of student services to help us transition into a student-ready college. Because of AB 705 and the reduction of placement testing, it provided us an opportunity to repurpose our assessment center into our Welcome and Connect Center. This new center was established about 1.5 years ago and has been instrumental in providing support for our students, especially during our transition to remote and to remote instruction and student services due to COVID. To tell you more about the success of this new center, I'd like to introduce Michelle Vidari, who is our Director of Assessment Services and Student Success Technology, and who has done a tremendous job at implementing and leading our new Welcome and Connect Center. Michelle.
Thank you, Pedro. Appreciate that. Can you guys see my screen, the presentation?
Yep.
Great. So good evening, President Burns, Dr. Chong, Board of Trustees and college community. My name is Michelle Vidari, and I had the pleasure of working with a small and mighty team of classified employees, Kyle Wallstrom and Shirley Linton, when opening up the Santa Rosa campus Welcome and Connect Center. I also had the pleasure of working alongside this team of first-year peer coaches. In its redesign, the area became a place for new students to receive help with onboarding needs and college processes. The backbone of the program, however, is a peer-led retention program. The space lent itself to an easy way to welcome, make connections, and keep connections with first-year students. To carry out that theme, we hired our team of first-year peer coaches. We recruited widely, and we also recruited intentionally. We found that second-year students who already participated in learning communities or support programs like EOPS would add a range of diverse experiences and students who are already well connected to the campus. You've seen reports of the Petaluma Student Success Team's presentations throughout the years in this forum. The first-year peer coaching team was made possible by an innovation award intended to support the scaling up of Petaluma's proven successful practices. In order to scale up, this team focused primarily on first-year students. Their cohort size was nearly 2,700 students and selected by their Santa Rosa campus location, first-year status, with the intention of seeking a degree or certificate. The role of the first-year peer coach is shown here. They connect students with resources by sharing their experiences. They connect students with campus technologies to keep them engaged, and they connect with them to help them achieve their goals and get the most out of their first year. In August of 2019, the Welcome and Connect Center launched with the Summer Bridge Conference style activity, SRJC Ready. We partnered with EOPS, Amoja, and recruited students who were enrolled in transfer level math and English. The highlight of that program was a scaled up faculty roundtable mentoring session on the final day. It was incredible to see the excitement in those interactions. And at the year's end, we reflected upon our services provided and developed an annual report to highlight them. You can find this report in full on my staff page at welcome.santarosa.edu/Michelle Vidari. In that report, you'll see that we tally 3,632 substantial contacts. Now, substantial contacts are one-to-one onboarding assistance, coaching appointments, and workshop attendance. Nearly half of those contacts were repeat visitors, and we're very proud of that. And we had some great partnerships that we developed with English faculty, EOPS, counselors, and more. We piloted a small referral program, and we received over 400 referrals from faculty, who as a result learned of the referrals outcome. Another foundation to the program was its use of high-tech, high-touch practices. So in order to serve the large cohort, we used technology to help with that. Two-way texting, a mobile app, and a virtual presence with well-developed content. Due to that foundation, we were the first to reopen for remote support immediately following spring break. This visual shows you the ways that we reach students and to ensure they had both their technological and basic needs met in order to refocus on our new learning environment. A team of faculty, Petaluma's Our House, and the Intercultural Center reviewed questionnaire results of students' pandemic needs. We knew acclimating to the online learning environment, finances, and stress were key barriers. So the workshop list you see here was developed and hosted by May 6th, and we had a combined total of 272 attendees. And the My SRJC app once more proved to be invaluable during this period. It's used to its fullest extent when onboarding new students. They can access services and ask questions and receive high quality crowdsourced responses. When we transitioned to remote, it was once again widely used. All students were essentially new to our remote campus. And we enjoyed using the platform to serve them, but also to learn of their experiences and their needs for additional support. So at the year's end, we did not really expect to have moved the needle towards our goal of persistence. Our first year cohort endured the Kincaid fire and the COVID disruptions. So we were willing to hang our hats on the contact count to evidence our success. But fortunately, our staff is funded by Student Equity and Achievement Program, and by its annual process, we conducted our end of year outcome review. The following graphics and their sources from the Office of Institutional Research can be found on my webpage as well. The data on this slide and the next measures our cohort against other first-year students on the Santa Rosa campus who did not respond to the invitation to engage with our services. The fall-to-fall persistence shows a difference of almost 20%, and this was despite the COVID interruption. So the next slides demonstrate our comparison group of new students in the stated demographic category that we served in the Welcome and Connect Center against new students in the same category who did not engage with our program. So we're pleased with the gains you see here, though it is a result of an intentional partnership with the Moja, who we are fortunate to have joined in the network of support serving first-year African-American students. There was a significant difference in the persistence rate of new African-American students served in comparison to new African-American students who did not engage with the Welcome and Connect Center. So we're also conscious and specific in our service to Latinx students, and we grew partnerships to support that interest. The results you see here are for persistence from fall to spring. So we also infused practices to serve our first generation student. The team coached for topics related to transitioning to the demands and the culture of higher education. We think that it shows here too. And finally, the peer coaches were highly trained in providing peer-led support in navigating financial aid processes so that students could obtain fee waivers and grant funds. The Welcome and Connect Center maintained a strong partnership with our financial aid office, and our low-income students benefited from that partnership. So looking forward to, in our new world of remote services, we continue to pivot and refine. While remote, we have a smaller team of coaches as we organically scaled down and didn't replace our alumni. We're still communicating our presence though. So as a result, we have had almost 500 downloads of our Success Coaches Canvas page into summer and fall courses. Our Canvas page provides students online resources and a connection to each of the coaching teams. And since July, the Welcome and Connect Center has provided nearly 6,000 services remotely. And over 900 of those services were considered substantial through a remote offering of SRJC Ready, coaching appointments, or workshop attendance. And through our digital spaces, students often leave us remarks we have shared on our website. I especially like this one because it shows the peer-led services are not bound within common age ranges. This student says, as a returning student, I was made to feel comfortable and everything was explained clearly. I left feeling respected and encouraged by someone 30 years younger than me. Great job, everyone. So again, we owe this to the student success teams and the college's support and partnerships. I look forward to seeing what they do in year 2. Thank you for your time.
Well, I have a comment.
Yeah, Trustee Frisco.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, this is so exciting. I really, really appreciate what you do. I can't help but internalize this a little bit and think about how my academic journey would have been different with something of this nature. You know, I might not have been on academic probation my first semester of the junior college. that's a whole nother story, but, and the challenges you face, in this world will pass. I mean, the COVID issue will pass and you can get back to doing the in-person. I was wondering, does this transfer, will this been considered at the Southwest Center? I mean, might take a different shape or form, but is it applicable in school as well? I mean, I know we're all SRJC students and Petaluma and the main campus has it, but I was thinking about what you think about Southwest Center.
Yeah, you make a really
there.
Yeah, you make a really
Yeah.
good point. We haven't expanded there yet, though we do have a lot of partnerships with ESL students, non-credit and credit. And I know Hector's team does a lot of case management, but yeah, we don't have the peer teams. It's a great next step.
Right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Can I piggyback on that?
Sure.
Can you all see me? It's sort of one of the things that, again, because of just the work that I've been doing lately, but and a little bit, it piggybacks on Southwest because one of the questions I was going to have was about how do we engage our student parents, or how do we take in consideration like student parents that like the service hours of our Welcome and Connect and things like that, or services that we can provide are available for our student parents, right, through our Welcome and Connect, since that is a need for some of the students. And it connects to Southwest because we tend to have older or parent students in that area that are also not necessarily, they might be monolingual, trying to be bilingual. So just something, one, I think to think about, because sometimes we also focus on our 18 to 24, our immediate, right, out of high school or during enrollment students, but something to consider, especially because we also have like our HEP program on campus. So to really think about that, and or how do we serve them in this pandemic, but also with the services, because it's amazing. I mean, I love it. I think it's a great service that we have for our students. I just want to kind of see how we can expand it to Southwest, but also to more student parents, as we discussed earlier, that we're also targeting more part-timers. So, that's a big area to focus on or think about.
Yeah, we do serve a lot of reentry students, but expanding into Southwest Center would be a major gain in this program. We kind of put our toes in the water with that, with transitioning to technology. The Welcome and Connect Center serves sort of like a student help desk, helping students get connected. And so we did work with a lot of Southwest Center students on that part of it.
Perfect. All right. Any other questions or comments?
No, that's great.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Right. Well, that just about concludes our meeting. I'll just, one more reminder, please make sure that you're getting the word out about the RJC application. I'll have Zara send out something tomorrow to remind everybody with the link in there as well. And with that, I'd also like to adjourn in honor of our veterans. Thank you for your service. And that concludes our meeting. Adjourn.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thanks, President.
Happy Thanksgiving.